We stone. We stone. We streaming. We streaming. We stone. We stone. We streaming. We streaming. Can't do this motherfucker. Like yeah. Yeah. All my niggas in the chat and we also high. If stone, stone, stream, 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 stone, stone, stream, stone, 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 stream, stream, stone. All my niggas in the chat they looking like high. If all my niggas gon' get that shit and roll. We stone, we stone, we streaming and streaming. We stone and streaming. Yeah, getting to the money, gotta get into the bag like yeah, yeah. Roll up, plenty motherfuckers breathe like yeah. All my niggas in the chat, they hot as fuck. Yeah, getting to the bag, getting to the bag like yeah. All my niggas we don't do dreaming. All my niggas we getting to the cheese and all my niggas we ain't gon' stop going to stop breathing. Yeah, 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 yeah. We streaming, we stone, and streaming, we stone, and streaming, we stone, and streaming.
What it motherfucking doobie? It's your boy Righteous Ain't Playing.
Chosen checking in.
Yes, sir, man. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Stoned and Streaming, where we get stoned and we stream. Sorry about the delays, y'all. You know, shit happens when you high, man. Shit happens when you high.
Scheduled the shit wrong. Delay.
You know what I'm saying? Shit happens when you be good and high, man. I mean, you know, I think you scheduled the show for like 2:30 today or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
That shit is hilarious. Which leads me into, man, what the fuck are you smoking on? What are you smoking? What are you smoking? What are you smoking? You know, the little Drake voice and shit, nigga. Y'all don't judge me.
Brooklyn, it's 2:30 in St. Louis. It's 2:30. It's 2:30. We fuck up at all times of the day. It doesn't matter. No, what I fucked up on was sleep. Nigga, I was tired. I wasn't even high. I ain't even smoked no weed today yet.
What up, D Mike? What up, Guido? What up, D Line? What up, Brock?
I'm actually rolling up right now.
Okay,
Then maybe
okay.
it could be normal.
Hell yeah, what you rolling up, man?
Black Lime Bubba.
Okay.
Black Lime Reserve times 398 Bubba.
Okay, so you
pretty good.
Man, it sound like you smoking on the old school stuff, man.
A lot of it, yeah. That's why I be cracking me up. People be like, it ain't no old school stuff out there. I'm like, dude, it is old school shit out here. You just ain't looking in the right place. And you know my theory, shit, it was good. It just didn't match your memory because, nigga, what was going on back then was fucking amazing for you. So, made the weed seem better too. In my opinion, that's how I feel. I mean, I told you, bro, I'm from the Midwest, so like, when I was smoking, we ain't even know no names like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, unless you super duper plugged in, I guess. But that pack was whatever the fuck you said. Whatever rap song was hot, that was the pack, nigga. So I didn't really start knowing what the fuck I was smoking, right? And I would imagine it's like this in most places. You don't really know what you smoking until you get a dispensary for real, unless you like super duper plugged in. Usually, motherfucker ain't plugged in to the grower. You just gotta listen to what a motherfucker say. So I really didn't know shit until I started growing, because I started growing until we got legal to grow. That's how I figured out all my shit.
I think a lot of that shit, man, it ain't just about being super plugged in. I think a lot of that shit is about who you like. Well, you know, like some niggas is more serious about their weed than others. So if you just know a nigga who's like really serious about the weed, you're more than likely you could probably find out like what the name of the shit is. You know what I'm saying? Because some niggas don't give a fuck.
The name, nigga ask you for a name and they will name that shit whatever sell the best. That's how it was here.
Yeah, so when I was coming up, man, the way at least what I remember seeing is, you know what I'm saying, when I was fucking with a certain level of motherfucking shit, ultimately nigga weed, man, like it was just weed. But when I started fucking with motherfuckers who was like really into like smoking the weed, you know what I'm saying? Like not just a nigga who's trying to make money, but hey nigga, I'm buying this weed because I'm smoking too. You know what I'm saying? And hey, I want to smoke the best, or I want to have the best flavors, whatever the case may be. That's when I started noticing, like, okay, not to say that I didn't know it was different strains, but that's when I started noticing niggas actually knowing what the name of the strain was. Like when I started kicking it with other like true smoking ass niggas.
And what was
Some
this?
niggas don't
Where were you living at the point in time?
should this would have been in Florida.
Okay.
So I can remember getting those packs from Tampa. See, like Florida got a really good motherfucking weed scene. You know what I'm saying? You got the middle of you got the middle of the state. You know, you got and the further down south you go, you know what I'm saying? That's where you really gonna see like your differences in weed. But I remember when I was in the Tampa area, you know what I'm saying, as opposed to being in like the panhandle area, I started seeing like packs and pack names and what this shit actually is. Because niggas was real smokers, you know what I'm saying?
I would say that has a lot to do with where you were at.
What up, Galaxy?
I feel like because you were on the coast, everything always moves quicker on the coast, right? So you niggas, I give you a perfect example. At the time where you were knowing the names of your shit, the same cats that was shipping that shit from Florida, right? Unless I knew the actual fucking plug that was getting the pounds in from Florida, that next tier down, man, they just gonna call that shit whatever. Because we in the middle of the country, right? So it's not gonna be enough people to discount him and tell him, no, that ain't this. Whereas if you somewhere like Florida, Cali, New York, shit's a lot quicker there. Shit's a lot faster. You know what I'm saying? It's still plenty of people in St. Louis right now that don't even know what the fuck jealousy is. You know what I'm saying? And they think
Man, that's
they serious about their smoking too.
I was gonna say, man, that's one thing, but I think another thing too, bro, is like once you still start getting closer to the growers, you know what I'm saying? Like the niggas who know the growers, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't believe these was like packs that was coming in from like Cali or no shit. I believe this was some locally grown shit. Whether it was pineapple, I can remember Pineapple Express being one of them,
Mm-hmm.
or Pineapple Granddaddy. I remember, I could just remember this shit, and you could tell it's like, okay, this shit came from somewhere reputable. This shit came from somewhere close to, where, at least that's how I felt at the time. Like this shit got to be close to a nigga who's growing at the time, and looking back at it, because it was just like the selection. It's like nigga, we wasn't saying that shit at the time. It wasn't, oh nigga, 5 packs came in with 5 different names, and you know what I'm saying, it's a plate of this, a plate of the other, plate. No, nigga, you know what I'm saying? I can remember only seeing like plates of like mid, big, you know what I'm saying? Big ass things of like Reggie and mid, but niggas wasn't seeing a whole lot of loud packs, big ass pounds of that shit to a certain point. And then everything just became big ass loud packs, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but where you was at, and you was talking about growers, we ain't had no growers like that here. So that was what I was saying in the very first beginning of my conversation. We didn't have the ability to get close to the growers to know. So again, we
Man,
was
I
just
disagree. I
I'm trying to,
disagree, man.
bro.
It's
I'm trying
growers in every state, man. It's
Bro,
growers
you let me.
everywhere.
I got you. I got you. You didn't even let me finish. What I'm saying is this: where the money at, as far as packs, is gonna be growing outside. It wasn't no indoor operations in this motherfucker like that here, to where motherfuckers are like, oh, we got nigga 5-10 pounds coming through. We was getting our shit from somewhere, bro. So like when we got the shit, it was whatever motherfucker said it was. It wasn't no motherfucking not enough grower community to be considered. Oh man, he's supplying this one county in St. Louis, this grower. Like it wasn't enough for it to be. You would have to be outside, and wasn't nobody growing outside here. You know how much it take to grow, nigga, 5 pounds indoors. You know what I'm saying? And that's just 5 pounds. That ain't even nigga. That's just that. Whereas on the West Coast, them niggas did have whole operations and setups that was getting busted. Niggas wasn't getting busted here for growing weed. We was getting busted for importing that shit though. And I just feel like that's a coast thing because again, you could poll a lot of people from St. Louis. I'll wait till some of the St. Louis cats pull up in this motherfucker and you can ask them.
What up, Bill?
We was just getting packs in this bitch. I'm talking about the average nigga now, the average motherfucker. Even the average nigga that's selling quarter pounds, dog. They just getting packs and naming that shit. We talking about in the late 90s, bro. The first memorable shit that came through this motherfucker where we knew what it was really Blue Dream. And that's because that shit tasted so different. Before that, everything was some kind of OG because that's what was selling.
And that was in the late 90s?
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's what's up, Pip. Yep. Now I'm not talking about the plugged in nigga, but the local nigga that's getting the quarter pounds, half pounds, they name that shit whatever. And the motherfuckers that was just getting the weed to smoke, they definitely had no idea what the fuck they was getting.
Yeah, man, this shit crazy, man. That's a different kind of experience. I mean, most definitely when you importing and shit, but you know, I always find that like most major cities, it's one or two big growers in that city, and the rest of that shit is getting imported. You know what I'm saying? Even in Florida, like the mids and shit, the mids, you know what I'm saying? You got so much fucking farmland. It might be a nigga out here with, you know what I'm saying, a patch is growing, 40, 50 pounds. A nigga over here got a patch that got 40. You may not know these niggas directly. Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could, at least in my experience, I always feel like I could tell when I'm getting closer to the niggas that know the niggas that may know the niggas that know the niggas.
Yeah, that's all I was saying is the average person here ain't gonna know the grower. That's all I was saying. I agree with everything.
Hey man, in the chat, man, real quick, what y'all smoking on in the chat, man? What y'all smoking on? But go ahead, you agree with everything I'm saying, but
nah, ain't no but. I agree with what you're saying. It's just like I said, the average person ain't gonna even sniff the grower in this motherfucker because, as you said, if it's just one or two growers, nigga, in all of Missouri, we talking about Missouri. That shit might not even make it to fucking St. Louis. I could tell you this: ain't nobody growing weed outside in St. Louis for sure.
I can almost guarantee you, man, especially niggas who growing indoor, especially at those times. I feel like a lot of those packs was already sold, man. Like them shits already had a guaranteed destination. Because hey, man, it's only 10, 20 plates of this. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, you
So
not
that shit sell
understanding.
pretty quickly versus the other shit where you might be importing, you know what I'm saying, X, Y, and Z or whatever. But hey, man, these are pretty standard. Nothing pretty special about this. You know what I'm saying?
Now again, if we're talking about Missouri, I could roll with you. But if we're talking about St. Louis, I can fucking guarantee you no one has 50 pounds of anything growing outside of St. Louis or they be dead.
No,
Missouri,
I mean Missouri as a whole. You know what I'm saying? That's where niggas is probably doing their outdoor a little bit more out in the country and shit. Ain't nobody risking that shit all close up and shit.
Hell no.
But a lot of these flavors, unique flavors and loud packs in the early days, man, a lot of them shit's coming out of the indoor, man. I wasn't seeing a whole lot of outdoor. You know what I'm saying? Like the outdoor shit was like the midget. You know what I'm saying? Because niggas didn't want the low. Niggas ain't want the low grade fucking loud because the mid was just as good.
See, once we started our good weed that's what I'm saying. When the weed you was talking about, when you start noticing the names, we just call all that shit loud. So that was the separation. It was loud and it was Reggie. It wasn't even no names, bro. It was loud or Reggie.
So like, and this mid shit, we weren't calling shit mid at all. That shit for us, her, that shit just recently started. Everything was either Reggie or midget. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
like,
that's what I mean by midget. I'm talking about like the shit that was in between Reggie and Loud, the
no,
mid
we didn't
grade.
have that. We didn't have that. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
So what
Midget,
was the midget?
it what midget was Reggie. That's what them was synonyms. Midget or Reggie, and then you had Loud. It was only two things. Nigga gonna say is that Reggie or is that Loud? Or motherfucker gonna say is that midget or is that Loud? Once the weed started getting, and this is probably about maybe not that long ago, maybe like 10 years ago, maybe 15. Once the weed
Yeah.
started getting separated to where niggas started knowing names,
See,
then it wasn't no mid. It was just the names of what the fuck it was, or
see,
it was
this is what
like
I'm talking about. What Guido talking about? Cause see,
yeah,
niggas we used to have Zona or mid. That was the same equivalent of the name, but it was really like the best the best of the best Reggie that you could get, but niggas wasn't calling that Reggie. What niggas was calling Reggie was, hey man, that shit that's all compressed, the shit that got them black seeds in it. You know, you might get you some mid, and that bitch, the seeds got lines in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no more black looking, you know what I'm saying? Raisin looking ass seeds. These motherfuckers look like tiger stripe seeds now. And you was only really finding that in the mid.
yeah. And
Mm.
again, because Arizona's close to California, which is the coast, I believe that's why y'all started saying that shit sooner, because everything worked from the coast back to the center of the country. So it ain't no doubt that y'all was saying that shit. By us being in the center of the country, we really are. That's why St. Louis people hate when motherfuckers say that shit. But it's just a middle of the country thing. We gonna get everything slower than y'all. That's everything. Fashion, motherfucking weed, everything. Now it's gonna be always a couple people that be on top of shit, but a majority of shit is always gonna be slow because we directly in the fucking middle of the country. So it's like, especially pre-internet area,
What up, Swamp Life Paranormal?
You can ask Kong what they call that shit because he in the middle too. You know what I'm saying? He definitely he might be worse
I
off than
mean,
we is. You know what I'm
everywhere
saying?
I've been, even places that's been slower, it's been Reggie, mid, loud. And then you had loud. Once once everything became loud, they started associating mids with lower tier loud because everything is loud now. Like it's probably hard to find a bag of mid. You was there,
Nah,
it's probably hard to find
we
that.
used to call that shit fake loud. It was like, nigga, you got loud or Reggie. It wasn't no in between. It was like you got loud or Reggie. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker, like, oh, I got that loud, which all loud was again, that was me. Like, you break that shit down, nigga, it look good, it smell good. Motherfucker was like, mid was Reggie without C's. You break that shit down, yeah, eventually it did turn into that for sure, for
That's
sure.
what I'm saying. Like there was a clear differentiate whatever nigga the word is, nigga. There was a clear, yeah, there was a fucking clear. There was clearly a difference between Reggie and mid. Like you would get the mid, and the mid would be lime fucking green. You know what I'm saying? Like
Now, let me
nice red
clarify. I'm
hairs,
talking about like
low
90.
seeds.
I'm talking about like 97, 98. Is what I'm talking about. Con when we only had like Loud and Reggie. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about then. 96, 97, 98. Once we start getting closer to 2001, then the shit started getting broken up. But I do remember when it was just now see here, our shit
Yeah,
was
that's what I'm trying to tell you, bro. There's a big difference with that
here,
mid, nigga.
here, like I said, here, 96, 97, 98, it was just motherfucking Reggie and Loud, bro. Motherfucker get some. If a motherfucker did not, we did get mid. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, again, that shit got broken up. But I can remember when that shit was just Reggie Aloud, bro. Me personally, not to discredit anything you guys are saying, because I don't live where y'all live at. You know what I'm saying? For sure. So I can't tell you your experience. I'm just telling you how it was here.
Yeah, man, that's interesting to me, man, because like I was saying, man, that's the only place I've ever, and I never really spent a whole lot of time in St. Louis or anything like that, so don't get it twisted, but that's like the only place where I ever heard that it is always, as long as I've been smoking, which has been a long time, it was a Reggie, a mid, and the loud. And that mid, oh man, when that good mid come around, man, some niggas, man, you couldn't get niggas to stop smoking mid at first. It didn't matter how good the loud was. Like niggas would be very comfortable smoking a bag of mid. You'd be like, what? Or Zona. That probably helped because in Jersey, that's what they call the shit, Zona or
Yeah,
area.
we never heard of that shit here.
But you have heard of Arizona though, right?
No, I
Okay.
I just told you. If St. Louis Buzz coming, I mean, if Buzz in the building coming, this motherfucker, another St. Louis nigga, he'll tell you like we didn't have no shit called Zona. At least I didn't. You know what I'm saying? And I was selling weed.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know. Remember, you already know.
Popcorn.
You already know
Yep.
from talking to me. I had no idea what the fuck Beasters was. You was the first nigga that told me that.
Yeah, man. That was some shit, man. The good old mid days, man.
We did have
Popcorn.
popcorn and we did have fruit.
Yep. Popcorn mid all day. Hey, look. I'm trying to think, man. I like that shit just be funny to me, man, because I remember that shit. Like nigga, you could not be caught with a bag of Reginald at all. Not at all, nigga. Nigga, where the mid at, nigga? Where the loud? Nigga, this before, nigga, I can remember it being a drought. You know what I'm saying? And nigga,
That
yeah,
was
yeah, I don't even know what that was all about, but whatever. I
you
can
can't see
remember,
you
nigga.
can't see the comment. That's all. I guess you don't be
Oh yeah,
looking at the comments.
yeah. I'm looking at the comments right now.
The one that's highlighted in never mind.
Oh, he
He's
said he never heard of Zona. Quit capping. Yeah, nigga. You can go a little bit higher, and nigga. Tell you, man, we had Arizona and Beasters. Classify say that Zona mid. Depending on where you go, mid grade was called Zona, Airy, Arizona, nigga, however you wanted to look at it. You know what I'm saying? But it was also the same thing as mid.
well. That's
So
all I.
like in the South, niggas would call that shit mid. Up north in the East Coast, niggas call that shit airy or zona. You know what I'm saying? But it was the same shit. It was mid grade weed. It wasn't loud. It wasn't Reggie. You know what I'm saying? Like, but like according to what you said, Chowop, Reggie is everything that's not loud.
Bro,
You know what I'm
in
saying?
96, 97, 98, here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool. I ain't
That's
mad
how it
at you.
was. Once the 2000s, late 90s, the very late 90s came in, then niggas was saying fruit, mid, and loud. Shit like that.
Yep. See, look, Samaj B, Arizona,
I
light
highlighted
green,
it.
orange hairs had an orange taste to it.
All I was saying was it depends on where you was at and who the fuck you are and how plugged in you are. That was all I was saying. I'm not. That's what I'm saying. I'm not disagreeing with anything that you're saying. You the one. I never heard of that. I'm not saying that it wasn't. What I am saying is the average person, right, as far as that plugged in shit and knowing what shit was, nigga didn't know. Now, as far as the terms, it just was what it was. I mean, I can't. It ain't nothing I can do about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sorry if you don't think that motherfucker was just saying you got Reggie allowed in '97.
Nah, and no one's getting on you about that shit.
You know what I'm saying?
I just find this shit very interesting because of how the shit is just around the country. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, for sure.
like even like Swamp Life was saying, hey, we didn't have Arizona. You know what I'm saying? But Samaj is like, we had AZ. But Swamp Life is like, we did have good mid. You know what I'm saying? But it's the same shit. So that to me, that shit is just interesting because the shit is just based off of geolocation. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of niggas remember that good mid era because they was smoking. Them niggas had a big bag of mid, and it was a time frame where niggas was like, man, I just can't spend the extra on the loud. I just can't. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe this will help. When we was calling shit regular or loud, we no longer had brick weed like that. That was very rare that you would see brick weed once we got to that point. Is what you might see some, you know what I'm saying, but we might actually call that shit brick weed because then nobody had it. So it's like, nigga, you got some Reggie or you got loud, you got regular, you got loud. You know what I'm saying? At that point in time, you know what I'm saying? Then niggas start separating that shit up. Mix the
Yeah,
mids with the
man.
loud.
That'd
Niggas
be
was doing
another
that
thing.
shit too.
Oh, they definitely was. That was another thing about the Reggie too, man, versus like the loud, like or excuse me, versus like the mid. Like it seemed like the Reggie just had so many, not just seeds. It was like the seed color was one thing, but the stems, like the stems would just nigga, you could get some uncompressed Reggie, but that shit would be dark. That shit would be extra fucking stemmy, and like the weed would damn near be like flaky. You know what I'm saying? It's like oregano or parsley. Not like that, but like even when you break the shit down, but that good mid to break down into like some little crumbles. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That shit was just crazy back in the day, man. How that shit was, and
Let
niggas
me.
used to
This made me
love to
think
smoke
about
that bag
something.
of
This
mid.
made me think about something. This made me think about something too. Thinking about myself because I was like, damn, nigga, I'm a weed baby. When it come to like knowing shit, I already told everybody on every show, like, nigga, I really started getting into the shit at the end of the OG, beginning of the cookies. Well, really, the beginning of the cookies was when I first actually started knowing my strains because prior to cookies and prior to me growing, nigga didn't really know anything but what a motherfucker said, and it was just some shit that was like super stupid. You know what I'm saying? Because I really only got my weed from like two different people, two, three different people, right? They had the best price, right? So like it made me think, right? Motherfucker might be like, damn, this nigga is a breeder. He don't even know about this, that, or the third, right? Which may pose the question: when niggas hoop, right? When cats hoop in the league, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about busting the league ass, averaging 32. But that nigga don't know shit about who the fuck Magic. He don't even know who the fuck Magic Johnson was, or he might not even know nigga who the fuck Bill Laimbeer is, but he still bust your ass on the court. You know what I'm saying? It made me wonder, like, when motherfuckers be talking about breeding and weed, it's almost like I ain't talking about whatever motherfuckers think about me. I'm just talking about in general. Motherfucker be like, yeah, he doesn't even know it's strange. But it's like, motherfucker don't need to know the past to know the future. A lot of times, I don't think anyway. Like, I don't feel like, oh man, if I don't know about the hazes and about this, man, shit, you know what? I can't even make no seeds, nigga. Let me go back and learn about that before I make some seeds or do whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's what it made me think about. Cause I definitely, y'all, you niggas definitely know more than me for sure. And again, it might have been the fact that I was slow, maybe, or the motherfuckers I was hanging around might have just been some slow niggas, or maybe I don't even know. But I definitely can say niggas be knowing more than I be knowing about old strains and shit. But do you think that matters? You think they got any bearing on making new strains or making strains in general?
I mean, it
In your
depends on who
opinion,
you're asking. It depends
in
on
your
who you're
opinion,
asking, man.
I'm asking
In
you.
my opinion, in my opinion, man, none of this shit really matters, man, because everything I do damn near is for like self gratification. So like as much as I would be I want the next person to really like whatever strain that I made, man, I don't give a fuck if they do. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not trying to be funny, you know what I'm saying? Like if I don't enjoy the strain, shit, then I won't put it out. Or I won't, you know what I'm saying, grow it, or I won't smoke it. You know what I'm saying? But if I feel that shit is up to par for me, then should I put it out? Now, as far as do you need to know the strain history to get in the game and be a breeder? No, but I do think that it makes you a more complete breeder. You know what I mean? And I think that the seed making club is a very, 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 very large club. But I think that the breeding club, and this is just once again my perspective, and I don't consider myself a breeder, even though we understand what the baseline of what a breeder is.
For
But the
sure.
breeding club, I'm talking about the recognize when other people who are breeders look at you and recognize you as a breeder. That's what I mean by the breeder club. That club is very, 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 very small. And I don't give a fuck about that club either. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck about none of these niggas. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? What up, Edu? But you get my whole point. So it's just like it's really one of them things, man. It's up to you, and it's all about perspective and how you view shit and how you want to be viewed. Do you want to be, viewed by the breeders as someone who is, super fucking knowledgeable as another breeder, or do you want to be looked at as a motherfucking seed maker or a nigga who don't know shit about the history? And to wrap it all up, I almost look at this shit like beat making. They got these shits called loops. The whole loop will have the drums already on it. Then they might have another loop that got strings on it. You can chop them up, make new loops,
Been
or
new.
you can just take the loop and layer all them shits together, and the shit'll make a song. You know, that's how I look at the shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can loop some shit together all you want to, or you can really go in there and produce the fuck out of a song.
Play the instruments
What
and all, huh?
Yeah, what level do you want to be at? You know what
Piano.
I'm saying? That's a personal thing. You know what I'm
And
saying?
see, that's what I like what you just said that I was just going to say. For me, uh, I don't think it makes you a better breeder because you know history. I think it makes you a more knowledgeable breeder, right? Just like, just like in beat making, right? It's the same thing. And I feel like a lot of breeders, they got a lot of knowledge, right? They get threatened, so they have to throw that shit around, which is why we have the Breeders Club. Because here's the thing, um, Closet Pops 420 nigga can make the next dopest ass strain ever, nigga. And everything he make might be dope for the next fucking year, right? And that same motherfucking breeder that knows who got Hayes and how it got started and this, that, and third, everything he breeds just be okay, right? Then they'll say, oh man, was stable, which really just means fucking mainlining the motherfucking all the phenotypes for real, right? Is really what they mean, taking away choices and shit, right? But I be feeling like a lot of shit just be brought up because motherfuckers be scared of change. You know what I'm saying? And that don't nothing don't take away from nobody. That's why I be like everybody a breeder. But because I don't know what you know and I choose to go this direction, that don't mean that nigga my shit gonna be better than yours or your shit gonna be better than mine. Because to wrap it up, as you said, to go back to what you said, motherfuckers breed for what they like. You breed for what you like usually, unless you just breeding for like try to sell shit and money. You know what I'm saying? We can
What
get
it
it.
do be?
We can get to that later on why I think motherfuckers breed, but I know why I breed. I'm just like you. Shit, I breed the shit that I like. That's why a lot of my shit tastes the way that it tastes. Cause hey, those are the flavors I like. You know what I'm saying? That's why motherfuckers be like, hey, man, what you got this earthy and gassy? Shit, one thing. You know what I'm saying? The two things. I got some shit, but not that ain't really. You know what I'm saying?
It's not what you're going for.
Ain't really what I do. You know what I mean? That ain't what I'm trying to do. If I accidentally make some gas like that, like the only time I did that on purpose was when I took high octane times high octane, called the St. Louis gas station. That's the only strain I can say was truly, yeah, that shit is gas. You know what I'm saying? But that shit pretty much sold out. I think I might have 1 2 packs left, but that was the only time I ever made a strain with the intent of gas. Usually I want some shit to taste good and look good.
You know, yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with that at all, man.
I be thinking about the trappers. Hey man, when you out there trying to get this bag, you want a motherfucker to look at your bag and be like, no questions asked. How much is the only question to ask, nigga? You know what I'm saying? I do my shit for the trappers. If I had a horn, I'd hit it. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't got one. I gotta get a better mic, man. Maybe I should do what all the other motherfuckers do, the little e-begging. Like, man, I be listening to this shit on a replay and it do not sound like, in my mind, it sound a lot different than it actually sound.
Sorry, man. That shit happened.
Run which one back, Pip? Because I might not even have it no more. I sold out of a lot of shit.
I-44 or the one the gas station, St. Louis gas station. You probably talking about one of them two.
Yeah, I might.
Hey man, that nigga Piff is the king of telling somebody to remake some shit. And that nigga Piff be like, man, you gotta make that Indiana School Road again. I'm like, man, I ain't never making that shit again.
Man, I'm so
Yeah, that shit
mad
was
because
fire.
I
Yeah,
had
that's
I-70 and I fucked it up during this time that I fucked up everything because of my soil and shit. And I had a lot of problems where a lot of shit died. I had a lot of dope ass shit that died. But that one, I had one seed of it that somebody gave me, you know what I'm saying? And that shit, man, it was going good and I popped it and everything, nigga, I'm talking about everything died. And that was during my surgery time too. So like, I really should have investigated this shit more. But man, I was kind of mad about that because I actually did want to remake that one. Hey, that would be good. You should do that. Somebody should do that. What would that actually ended up
We
being?
got I-44 across times put in the bag. It's the purple 44 Mustang.
That'd be cool.
Yes.
Oh, you talking about remake I-44? I
The
still.
he Piff right now is talking about Indian School Road.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I know exactly what that nigga talking about because hey man, that Indian School Road was pretty nice, man. It was pretty nice, man. I still got some seeds of it. But I think I might got like 1 5 pack. That's one thing I wish I had did a better job of when certain shit sold out, man. I wish I had kept like I think I did a better job towards the end. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's the cross that Black G made. Okay, I ain't never grew that. Somebody should grow it and tell me how it turned out. I don't even know what's in put it in my bag. Probably a lot of shit. That nigga crossed a lot of polyhybrids. Y'all gotta tell me what that be like. I ain't never smoked it.
What was I-44 again?
I-44 was platinum. That was my platinum cookie cross. The I-44
Mm-hmm.
times gooey butter cookie.
Mm-hmm.
Because we both use the same thing, but two way different phenos. That's what's up. Yeah, we had two way different phenos because we had like everything else, y'all. We had the same shit, and the phenos was hella like different. And the one I like and the one he liked was completely different. It's crazy.
Yeah, man. I have been growing that French cookies for a minute, man. And shit, I remember that shit. That shit was like a Christmas present, man. I think I had gave you and Cushion them shits. Order some just for y'all.
Well, let's go here.
This week in cannabis news.
Nigga, what fucking week? Nigga, did you say this week? This is a whole week long.
We'll go to the one you posed first.
This shit was so long.
There we go.
Ohio is now accepting applications for licenses to sell recreational marijuana as soon as this month. Let's see. Let's scroll down a little bit. Let's go into this. All right. Ohio is one step closer to launching recreational marijuana sales under a legalization measure approved by voters last November, with applications now officially open for existing medical cannabis dispensaries to obtain dual licenses so they can serve patients and adult consumers alike. The Division of Cannabis Control is accepting the newly released applications as of Friday. This comes days after the department released informational materials to prepare prospective applicants, outlining regulatory requirements they must satisfy in order to be eligible for the hybrid license. The sooner these, you got to go up just a little bit more, bro. Get off the man ball spot. The sooner those applications are completed, the requirements are met, the sooner adult use marijuana sales can start through DCC Superintendent James Canepa says the exact timeline is still unclear. So that's a little news for the Ohio
Little
area. Looks
nugget.
like these niggas had rec for a minute, but couldn't buy no recreational marijuana.
That's what it would seem like.
I think it's those kind of gaps right there that make people not want to fuck with the legal market. You know what I'm saying?
I
Because, hey,
couldn't.
man, that nigga Ray Ray up there in his Chevy right now.
Ray's in his Chevy, huh? That's what we
Ray
doing. We
Ray in
doing
his
that.
Chevy right now, yo.
Oh, we doing Ray in his Chevy. What up, Kong? And who else came in this motherfucker that I didn't say what up to? I can't remember. What up, you motherfuckers that came in, Manuel? I think I said what's up to Galaxy. The usual suspects in this bitch. Looks like trading up genetics is going on. I'm happy for them guys though. I'm happy. I'm one of them niggas that look at it like this, and I feel like this mostly because I'm older, right? I think age got a lot to do with it because the older you get, the more you tend to remove yourself uh from, we'll say, street life. And the older you get, the more motherfuckers that you lose to like death or locked up, or they get out the life like you was, right? And I ain't talking about in the life like you a fucking drug kingpin, you know what I mean? What up, true to the movement? I ain't talking about
True.
being a drug kingpin. You just know you know how it is. When you get older, you just stop giving a fuck about certain shit. So to be the age I am, which is 47, I feel like it's great to have the dispensary to just go to just buy some shit. I hate the prices. And I would be searching for a grower. But I be thinking, man, the average person, man, if you just an average person that didn't bump into this shit or start this shit, you don't even like know a grow. I knew plenty of people that sold weed, but grow weed, like nobody never. It's just amazing how I found out about this shit. You know what I'm saying? When I found out, total mishap. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like,
Man, I could always remember, like, I can remember being younger and a homeboy going in that nigga room or some shit, and that nigga got a baby weed playing in the pot up under, like, the actual fucking light that's lighting up the room. Like, this nigga got the shit on boxes. I'm like, nigga, what the fuck you finna do with this? You know what I'm saying? Like, but, you
word.
know, these are like some of the first memories I could think of were like, shit, hey man, we smoke outside, right? We getting blowed. Shit, this the mid grade Reggie era. So what do you do with your seeds, nigga? You throw them bitches out the window. And then eventually you'll just start seeing, like, I remember seeing a weed plant in front of my mama's house one time. And I knew I was tripping. I was like, God damn, I gotta find a better place for these seeds. How about the garbage can?
Yeah.
But that bitch is just growing right out front like it belonged. So, but yeah, man, that shit crazy, man. I thought when I originally had read that article, man, or read the headline of the article, they was gonna start letting people sell their weed to that they actually grew. I thought they was gonna have a license for that. I think that would be dope. You know,
I could see that. I could see you thinking that. I thought something even worse. I thought they was talking about a license to sell edibles, and it said it's nowhere in there that it mentioned anything about edibles, dog. Nowhere in that article did it say anything about edibles, but I swear to you, that's what I thought I saw. You know what I'm saying? That's what I thought I saw, and I read it like, oh shit, that is so not. That didn't have nothing to do with anything at all.
now what was that question you had about Burner earlier?
Did Burner fuck up the industry? Cause I've heard people say that shit like, oh man, before cookies came along, everything was different. It was so much variety. And cookies came along and everything turned into cookies.
Now look, man, I'm gonna need a hot take on this one, man. Look, man, as much as I hate to admit it, and as much as I hate to say this, and as much y'all hate to hear this, y'all need to hear this, man. Cookies built this current industry, man. The reason why I believe cannabis is even legal at this particular point is because of the fucking job that Cookies did, man. They did such a great fucking job marketing and branding and showing that, hey, man, you can have this product that's potentially or that is illegal, depending on where the fuck you at, We could take this shit, dress it up, corporatize it, you know what I'm saying, and show you niggas how to motherfucker get you a couple of dollars off this shit. Now, personally, I don't necessarily like the whole motherfucking reefer market and shit. You know what I'm saying? And if they had dependable weed, man, I'd rather just buy my weed off the street. But you niggas ain't dependable. So, from a corporate aspect, I think that motherfucker Burner did a fucking amazing job and showed everyone else, gave everyone else the fucking blueprint on how to motherfucking get out here and turn a business into a motherfucking brand. And I think everybody else been trying to follow that model this whole fucking time. So, ruin it? Nah, I just think he actually showed you niggas how to hustle and how to get a little bit of coins. As far as the weed goes, I think niggas was following that nigga lead. So I think a lot of people also tried to use a lot of the same strains that nigga had and do something else with it. You know what I'm saying? It's the same shit. Cookies didn't ruin the shit. The niggas who got them strains and bred it to something else because they was just trying to hop on the motherfucking hype train, those are the niggas who ruin the cannabis industry and the selection within the industry. You know what I'm saying? And that, hey, I don't have a problem with niggas doing that. But we just gonna be real. You take two hype strains, well, the strains are already fucking out there, guys. So if you just take two hot strains, put them shits together, you're just making more of the same two hot strains.
I got a question
And
though.
I think it give you a leg up. I think it give you a leg up because hey, you're working with some fire. But hey, those would be the people, in my opinion, that are kind of like limited in the market because they ain't experimenting.
You.
Sure.
Wasn't niggas breeding before cookies? And wasn't it fire before cookies? So my thing is that sour that everybody love or that train wreck that everybody love. Hey man, motherfuckers was breeding with that before cookies.
No one loved train wreck.
And they was or sour diesel. We'll use that. They was breeding with that shit.
That shit was regional as fuck. There was some niggas growing that shit in fucking New York apartment buildings. You know what I'm saying? Like
exactly.
That was a regional strain for sure.
Cool. It was being grown. So again, my thing is this. It was a regional strain. Nobody came from the West Coast and grabbed Sour D, what up, 420 girl, and then took it back to Mendocino and grew that shit, right? Because it was so fire, right? Because what? Because guess what? It was what? A regional thing, right?
Hey man, I'm sure some people did. What does that have to do with what does that have to do with Cookie showing niggas how to motherfucking get this paper?
That ain't got nothing to do with that. Not with that premise right there, because Cookies did show people how to get paper. I agree with you with that. I disagree with that. The reason that weed is legal, that Cookies ain't got nothing to do with that. That was gonna happen regardless of Cookies or not, because there's money to be made in weed. He was just a product of it happening, in my opinion. Cookies had everybody want to be the next burner with the colored bags and everything like that. So my point that I'm saying is this: everybody talk about how great old school weed was, and man, that real OG Kush, man, that shit was being bred then. But guess what? That shit wasn't selling because didn't nobody fucking want it anymore. Motherfuckers wanted that shit that Cookies had, which is why everybody started using it. That's my thing. Like people act like Burner fuck shit up because oh man, everybody use Cookies. Hey man, guess what? That must mean what? Cookies was better than whatever OG motherfuckers was growing. Because you know why? Because Cookies was more than just some regional shit. It was like some big shit. You know what I'm saying? So like guess what? That motherfucking the Sour D wasn't gonna never outsell Cookies because motherfuckers wasn't gonna never want it more. That's why it's not out here now because motherfuckers actually don't really want it more than out here. Whoops, the shit that's out here. To me, now it's a decent amount of marketing, but behind that,
I just think shit comes in waves. So like Sour Diesel had a bit, in my opinion, it's had a wave over the last, I don't know, maybe like 3 to 4 years where people been trying to bring the shit back, specifically with the nigga like AJ's and the nigga like Kevin Georgery and them niggas right there, right? But here's my whole thing. Here's my whole fucking thing. That when that shit came out, that shit what none of them strains, OG, Sour Diesel, Purple Haze, none of these fucking strains were under a motherfucking business slash brand, and the motherfuckers weren't marketed worldwide. Otherwise, that shit would probably be somewhere like cookies, and that's the reason why I say cookies is probably the reason why this shit is even fucking legal, because them niggas took the first step to try to nationalize and globalize the shit. You know
But
what I'm
it's all
saying?
over.
Instead of just being in the area.
It's all over the black market too. It ain't like okay, cookies is the corporate shit, but on the black market, we know the shit's all everywhere. It's on the black market too. So my thing is this.
Yeah, because you got to think from a branding aspect, it's branded as being the best and the most, the nation's favorite. Not saying it is or it isn't, but it's branded that way, right? We got the newest, coolest, hippest fucking strains, right? So that means to even to be competitive, you're going against not only just the smoke of it, but you're also going against the marketing of it. No other weed has been marketed like that. So that's the reason why you're going to see it everywhere, because the marketing is what's going to draw the eyes and attract people to it, not just the smoke of it. Because
Exactly.
hey, you could take
Marketing is gonna
different
draw.
weeds, you can take different weeds and put them shits up next to each other. Smoke different weeds. And, hey, cookies may win, cookies may lose, but it's the marketing. No other weed has been marketed like that. So that's the reason why you're going to see it everywhere, not just on the legal market, but you're going to see it on the black market too. Because shit, it's been marketed as it's a must-have. You have to have this. You have to have these flavors, these staples.
Here's my
Not so
thing.
much, not so much like that now.
Mhm. I feel like cookies was the first weed. It's just to me, and it is marketing, but cookies was the first weed to like really look pretty. And that came along in the age of internet. That was when the internet selling weed shit was really,
I
popping
disagree with
off.
that.
I'm saying like, okay, what looked pretty before cookies? Because sour didn't look pretty.
OG was a pretty strain, depending on what OG you got.
Yeah, from a
You know what I'm
frost
saying? Like
perspective,
True OG, Super OG, like all them OGs, them shits weren't bad, and them bitches were frosty. I don't know what you were getting, but the
I don't.
ones I was getting, they was pretty good.
Yeah, they
Cause
were
I
pretty
think
good. They were pretty good, but they wasn't frostier than. That's all I was saying. I'm not saying it was better. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that it wasn't shit that wasn't pretty. I'm saying they came along at a time where dog, everything was it's just like that point in time in California where they was the only ones that had Prop 215, so motherfuckers was really getting money back in the day. Or that time in New York where motherfuckers was just nigga able to just sell their shit like out on the front. Like they came along in a special time. You know what I'm saying?
hey,
Cookies
look,
came
man.
at the right time. You know what I'm
And
saying?
see, and here's my thing. I think that the original sour, right? That you see these niggas in the chat talking about right now, not to call y'all out y'all names. Did you see our guests in the chat, our family in the chat talking about?
I
If you
highlight
had that,
bro.
hold on, bro. I'm just
Go.
saying, if you had that same sour and it had the same push behind cookies, the sour would actually still be around because the sour had staying power like a motherfucker. Whatever the fuck they had, and that shit, the original sour, that shit that you used to get, that shit wouldn't be, man. That shit should be nice and man, like moist and not like spongy because the shit was still like dense and oh
So
man,
they
that was a whole nother area, man, a whole
so
nother era.
they killed off the original sour. This is what you telling me.
No, what I'm just telling you is cookies, because of the branding, made such a cultural impact. I believe it's one of the reasons they showed that, hey, not only do we got a line of weed that you niggas are gonna enjoy, but hey, they showed the people who are against cannabis that hey, this can be a business and can be marketed as such to where it's gonna make money and have a good impact. You know what I mean? So I think because they put the cannabis in the spotlight of, hey man, this shit ain't so bad. It's like cookies. It's like what everyone likes, cookies. You know what I'm saying? And they marketed it in such a way it wasn't like violent. There was no violence associated with it. It was a nice business model. So when you got people who are investors or people who got money, they looking at this shit like, okay, well yeah, we should make cannabis legal. And hey, I should have a cannabis brand. Even if I'm not at the front of this shit, but hey man, I think I can see this shit can make money. I can see this shit is a viable business. Man, you know what? Let's press the button. with our friends in higher places, and let's get this shit legalized. You see what I'm saying?
And I agree.
Or let's get this shit rescheduled.
Yep, I'm not even disagreeing with you. What I'm saying is this: when you go make your brand, because I wasn't even talking about that. I'm talking about mainly the motherfuckers that's growing the shit, the motherfuckers that's selling the seeds, the motherfuckers that's saying, "Look, this what I sell. This what you want, right?" That's all I'm saying. The person that make that brand, as you know, it's about branding. They really could give a fuck less what the shit they making the brand, so they not the motherfuckers growing the shit, right? They the motherfuckers making the brand. Then they gonna go get some weed. I'm talking about the motherfuckers that's actually making the strains. It's a reason why motherfuckers keep using the shit that they use. Is all I'm saying. Like that motherfucker that started the brand, they could go get. They could the motherfucker that say, "Hey, I want that sour. I want this." Like, they didn't give a fuck what it was because they just wanted some shit to sell. What sells?
I
So
think
that,
it's because maybe they do it because they're scared of innovation.
but that's the point. They're not, because this is the innovation. Just like something else is gonna come after this, and then motherfuckers that's younger
But
than us.
the thing that's going to come after this is going to come because someone had to make it and innovate it. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not disagreeing, but what I'm saying is the motherfuckers that's younger than us, when they get our age, they'll be like, "Man, I want that real weed, like cookies." That because that's their OG, that's their sour, is what I'm saying. So it's like everything evolves, bro. Is what I be trying to tell these, not you. What I be trying to tell these people. That's going to be their fucking.
You know what, man? Just to push the needle a little bit further, because we were kind of talk about this. You had brought it up, but man, just think about the people who've never seen Reggie, never seen Mid. Like since they've been smoking, it's been nothing but loud. Now, are those people the real smokers compared to the niggas who've been smoking 10, 20 years?
They are, because it's just like saying they are, because it's like saying I made music in the 50s and it's the motherfucking 90s, right? So it's like we was, nigga. I remember when I had to know how to play every instrument, and you don't know. Okay, that's true, but it don't matter because it's evolution. It don't matter. That's great knowledge, and that's how the past was, but that ain't what's going on now. You know what I'm saying? Like it'd be a clear way, like you said, it'd be clear ways. What is everybody trying to do now? I'm finna try to make the next old school shit now, or I'm finna go back and cross my shit, time some old school shit now. That's the next wave. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all waves.
Yeah, man. Swamp Life going off in the chat. Cookies ain't shit but branded. If you know, you know. Well, I'm gonna be the first one to tell you, man. And hey, this is probably where we're gonna disagree at. Hey, man, the original cookies, the very first one in this time frame, man, nostalgic. Great fucking weed. Great weed, man. It was fucking amazing.
That's all.
Even when the OG was around, the OG was fucking great too. Don't get me wrong. It was just the cookies had something that the OG didn't.
That's
So
what
I get it. I get why it evolved. I understand. You know
and
what I'm saying?
that's all I'm saying. Cookies has gotten so fucked up. Niggas is thinking about the now. If you go back, it's a reason why it was 1,001 cookies crosses and everything. Everybody followed what they did, because guess what? Like, to
Because
your
they was
point,
trying to get the original 1 or 2 or 3 that was
yep,
out.
it was
They was trying to get there.
it was to your point, like you were saying, it was the first weed that was branded. So I know where to go get cookies. Niggas didn't know where to go get if it was brand, like you said, if Sour D was branded, niggas like, oh shit, I know where to go get it now. I know where to go get the real. I know where to go get the real sour, because it's a place right here that grows it, or like that shit was
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you
underground
something
till
else that
then.
was crazy. I'm
But
gonna tell you what was crazy. Go ahead.
it was underground till then, right? So cookies did brand it, but that don't take away from the fact that it was actually good at that point in
I'm gonna
time.
tell you. No, that shit would. Yeah, that shit was great. It was great weed at the time. Now look, this is my opinion, right? This is the thing that made cookies really blow, and it kind of started with OG, but not really. So with OG, but what happened was OG was so fucking good. Everybody was taking different plants and crossing it to the OG, right? That's how you was getting all of the jet fuel OG, fucking purple OG, lemon OG. That's how you getting all of these OGs, right? Now, what happened with the cookies that differentiated it from the OG is the phenotypes. Cookies, in my opinion, or that I know of, is the first weed that I can remember having multiple phenotypes and having multiple strains across those different phenotypes. That's the first strain that I can remember doing that.
Okay. For me, it was for
Whether
me.
it was the Girl Scout, whether it was the original, there was like three or four different cookie strains, like phenos of cookies that were going around, and then niggas were crossing, doing the same thing that they was doing with the OG. Now I'm gonna take X, Y, and Z and cross it to the mint, Girl Scout thin mint cut. I'm gonna take these amount of strains and cross it to this particular cut. But I think that's the reason why cookies blew up in the way, and it created so many variations and varieties of cookie strains because it was the first strain that I can remember that had multiple phenos when it was released.
That's because it was the first strain to really be fucking released. That's number one. Number two, for me, like you was saying, that shit came with the OG. So all he really did was follow what the OG was doing and just fucking like brand it. You know what I'm saying? To me, because he was the first, like you said, he was the first to actually make that shit a brand and do it and put eyes on it. But I'm sure on the West Coast, niggas had been doing OG. It was 1,001 different kinds of OG. And I'm pretty sure because we're all growers, I'm pretty sure that they did the same shit Cookies did. We just didn't know because we wasn't the growers about the whole different phenotypes. Motherfucker probably was calling that shit whole different shit than what it was. This jet fuel OG, this ghost OG. That shit might have been just a different phenotype then, you know what I mean? But it wasn't branded like you was talking about. So yeah, by Cookies being branded, I would think that they would be like the first fucking brand, you know what I'm saying? And I agree. Burner took people's shit and branded it. He did no other work but branding. Yeah, he'll tell you that, nigga. I just am I'm brand, nigga. I ain't no grower. He'll tell you that shit. I control the brand, and that's cool. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that, dog. Me personally. It ain't nothing wrong with you, knowing that you just a fucking you know, that's what I be saying about that's what I was saying about and a lot of people, in my opinion, about Jay Beezy. Like, dude, you're like it's a breeder and it's a motherfucking like, a person that's good at marketing, right? It's very few people that do both. Just like it's very few fighters that promote themselves. You know what I'm saying? Because you usually get a promoter. Because hey, I'm just good at fighting. So I look at it like they're like, damn, JBC nigga, you're good at it. You okay? You can do it all, but nigga, you're way better at this end of it than the other end. So like, you could never be the person that the promoter is, just like the promoter could never be the person that the grower is. You know what I'm saying? And hey, man, if you wanted to be a promoter, you should have just been a promoter and not a grower. That's how I felt about that shit. Yeah, he bought. I think he did plenty of good. He showed, but the bad is, man. And the shocking thing was like everybody like we gonna follow Burner plan, and it's like Bitcoin. Like, man, if you wasn't there in the beginning, nigga, it's kind of too late. You could show us the blueprint on how to do that shit. Hey, man, that nigga, hey, copycat. Hey, you know how I feel about copycat. I feel like that dude had one of the smartest fucking marketing employees ever, nigga. He was a great marketing person, bro. I can't speak to his growing styles and his genetics or whatever, but hey, man. Well, I can because hey, I did use a couple of. I got lucky according to a lot of people, but I feel like that nigga was a great. He was a great promoter and a great thinker, and man, again, he got on the shit early and figured out how to do it. He didn't give a fuck about nobody talking shit or nothing. He got on the shit early and did it. He had a plan. That shit worked. I don't think nobody could replicate that plan anymore either. You know what I'm saying? Not the way he did it. I really believe that he did actually get some money. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. Uh, Genius. Now again, breeder, promoter. You know what I'm saying? That nigga to me he wasn't no breeder. Not no seasoned breeder. You know what I'm saying?
Well, how could he not be if he was the nigga making the crosses?
Because eventually, because he started out making S1s, and then eventually he started making his own crosses. So once he started making his own crosses, you know, how I feel about it. He became a breeder, inexperienced albeit, but he became a breeder. So like, you know, but the fact to get shit that was like cookies, if you was plugged in and you was actually able to get the clone or get the S1s and they was the real like the same cookies you was talking about, genius. You know what I'm saying? Genius. Uh, I, I can't again. It's so crazy because like it's just like this shit. Four keepers and three herms. Again, I got lucky. Matter of fact, I guess I could show the going for a minute. I guess if y'all really want. But it's like that. That's why people fuck with him because like the shit that nigga got, that's a keeper. Be a keeper.
So, if all you're doing is making S1s, I just want to clarify this. If all you're doing is making S1s, are you a breeder?
Yep.
Okay.
If it was karate, you'd be a white belt.
You're still a karate man.
Yep. Still in the dojo. You know what I'm saying? You still in the dojo, and that's what people. To me, that's to me that's how it is. Like when you got people that don't want. Again, like I say, some people only want to be a red belt. Some people only want to be a blue belt. Motherfucker, like, look, I ain't got the time to be a black belt. I only want to be a gray belt. I'm cool. I can whoop the average dude ass, so I'm cool. It's just like that with breeding. It's like, yo, I don't want to be that season. And then some people depend depending on who they are, some people feel like, hey, I do want to know more and do this and do that. And then you start to step up the levels of your breeding, as far as getting your belts in karate, you start to step up. But yeah, he was a copycat was a breeder. He was a white belt. It's plenty of different types of white belts. You got your niggas that just want to throw piling. Those will be a white belt. You know what I'm saying? The niggas that just you could even say the people that don't even want to go past F1, they wouldn't be white belt. Them niggas would be maybe after the white belt. But my point is
Yellow belt.
you're right. They all breeders. It's just different levels of the shit. So it's like when you get a black belt talking shit about a white belt. Nigga, you shouldn't even be in this fucking dojo. Why are you even in here? I'm a black belt. Fuck are you doing here? That's how I be feeling like when all these breeders they've been doing this shit for years and know everything to their point. New people be coming in, whooping ass on the white belt level. You know what I'm saying? And then the black belts start dogging their ass out. Like, you ain't even no real karate, nigga. Watch this. You can't even do a flying spin kick, nigga. Watch this. You don't even know what that is, do you? No, nigga, because I just started the dojo last month.
I'm still on kata number 1.
Right.
Hapkido, Kempo, circle movement. That's all I know so far, but I'm still a karate man.
Hey, Cone, that's where the breeding part come in. I was talking about, like, that's the nigga that was smart and had a plan. He was only a white belt because he wanted to make some money, so he had to learn, nigga, the basic punches and kicks, nigga, in order to, you know what I'm saying? Nigga had to learn how to reverse plants. And hey, he's not good at it. Apparently, that's why he have all these harms and issues like that, because he's not good at it. But guess what? If you take two fire things or two exclusive things and put them together, and you don't even put them together right, and you have 1,000 C's, man, well, hey, at least 50 to 70% of the motherfuckers should be right. And that's how he thought, you know what I'm saying? And then I think as all people, he started taking this shit a little bit more seriously after he probably got a certain amount of money or after he liked it or after whatever. But in the beginning, man, nigga thought about dollars, nigga. He was like, nah, fuck that. I'm finna get this money. And then he became like, start trying to maybe step up. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest, I never actually paid for anything that Copycat had. The 2 Copycat things that I got were gifted to me. You know what I'm saying? So I never really, not to say that I wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? I probably wouldn't now, you know what I mean? Because, motherfuckers done taught me how it should be. I got lucky, so it's kind of like shit. Get in, get out. It ain't no like I gotta have copycat shit. So I'm willing to take the chance. You know what I mean? So hey, you know what? Hey, did you burn them with the light, with food, or with soil? Just out of interest. I can show y'all some of my. Now, what we already hour and 10 minutes. This wasn't supposed to be no marathon stream. I keep saying, "Hey, next week I'm gonna show my shit." Hey, next week I'm gonna show my shit, and it's like I never do. I actually did. We make Yeah, we actually made all topics too, because I know my man's be having shit to do. So, oh, you still there, guy? Did you have to step away? He might have to step away.
Of course, I'm here.
Uh,
Yeah, man, I had sent you a message in the back chat.
I just seen it now. Funniest message ever.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, man, show that guard, man. We want to see it.
Hey, that was the funniest the comment ever. Guys, if I could show you. Do. Always gotta, let's see. Boom. All right, can I be heard? Can y'all hear me? Yes? No?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, cool. Oh Lord, it's a mess in here, guys. Let's start with oh my God. Yee. All right, let's start. Oh shit. Let's start with some of these motherfuckers. Uh, that's what this is. I ain't named this yet, but it probably should be in that tent. Probably. Let me see what else I got. What is this? This is oh yeah, jealousy times strawberry frosted donut times cherry Garcia. These get pretty big. Let's see. Yeah, this is another one of them. These get pretty big. I topped them one time. I probably should. Let's make sure. I probably should. Yeah. I should put these in at least a 1 gallon probably. Oh, here's that CC right here. Is it? Nope, I lied. The jealousy times another one of them. Where is the CC? Oh, this is CC. That one got filmed, I believe. Instead of topped, a couple of them got topped. I got a Blue Magic, Gary Coleman time strawberry frosted donut. They grow slow. These ones that I got, it was topped one time, but it grows slow. Let's try to not knock anything over here. Turn this fan off. These are all banana cream savers. What is this in week 3? Going into week 3 with let's see, they all in 1 gallon pots. Let's see if we can get to the the one I use. This is strawberry frosted donut times. All of these, except for that big motherfucker back there just stretched out. All of these are banana cream savers. Going into week 3, with the exception of this one, which you can see its structure is super different than the rest of them. So we still got, they all in 1 gallon pots. We still got 6 weeks to go if I can get this big bitch out. And they need to be watered. So this was Mr. Big Stuff times strawberry frosted donut. I like how the structure is looking so far. We're gonna see what the fuck it do. The frostiest thing in a 10x4. Man, how am I gonna get out of here? Hold on. Cause I gotta water all of these anyway, and I still got all that crazy shit over there too. But all of these gotta get watered anyways. This one right here, the Blue Magic, always be the frostiest thing in the tent every time. Hold on. Show y'all this last big motherfucker. And everything else, like all these are the same. Banana cream savers, which is banana frost times Cherry Garcia. This the biggest one. Again, they all in 1 gallon pots, but I like how it's shaping up. You know what I'm saying? Don't look bad. Soil is extra fucking dry though. Little bitty pot. Pretty good sized plant. Same thing with that motherfucker. All that shit is dry. Super dry. So yeah, they probably would have been on their way to drooping in a minute. So after the show, unfortunately, I definitely have work to do. So
Gotta water.
fuck yeah, every day. That's the problem with 1 gallon pots. You can always you grow anything in any size pots. Like I got them big ass plants in them cups, but you gotta water that shit.
Hell yeah. If you haven't already done so, make sure you hit that like button. Like, share, and subscribe.
Like, share, and subscribe. Swamp nigga. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Jax 321. Let me know how that shit work out.
You saying you think they got him?
Oh, whoa. Let me know how that shit turn out. Yeah, Jelly Roll. Okay. I didn't know what the fuck had happened with that. Cocoa 1 gallon. Yeah, we gonna see how that shit turn out. But I really ain't got shit else left. What about yourself, sir? I think it's about time that we usually do what we do around this time. I'd like to say, cause I ain't got shit else left to say. What about you, my friend?
Nah, man, I just want to thank everybody for coming through, man. It's been another great episode of Stolen Streaming. It's your boy, Righteous Ain't Playing.
I do got something left to say. This shows are checking out. Get them goddamn umbrellas out too.
Rain, 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 rain. Every time you see the boy, got a brand new strain. And the shit so Waco. Flame, 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 flame. Put your ass in a ditch. Saddam El Hussein. that a nigga know. Pot the beans, let the shit grow. Green like that mean go. That mean go. Two things that a nigga know. Pot the beans, let the shit grow. Green like that mean go. That mean go. That mango. That mango. Beat the game. Check the lingo. Nigga, how far would a green take you? As far as you go. That mango. That mango. Beat the game. Check the lingo. Nigga, how far would a green take you? As far as you go. It ain't no game. It ain't no game. All of these niggas, they looking for game. Lining they pockets, they flooding they pockets, they lining they pockets with all of this change. Shit ain't no game. Shit ain't no game. All of these niggas, they do it for game. But one thing won't change. It will remain the same. None of these niggas will ever reign. All these hundreds in this bitch is gone. Tommy gun, honey bun, it's gone. Hope you brought your umbrella, it's gone. And we gon' cause it's gone. All these hundreds in this bitch is gone. Tommy gun, honey bun, it's gone. Hope you brought your umbrella, it's gone. And we gon' cause it's gone. All these hundreds in this bitch is gone. Tommy gun, honey bun, it's gone. Hope you brought your umbrella, it's gone. And we gon' cause it's gone.